to ban away from Bigetron Alpha. The robe, a possible jungle, or an XP. So much flex in the 3 picks of Bigetron Alpha. Meanwhile, for RQ, 3 picks that you know exactly where it's going. The Baksha to the jungle, Chip in the roam, and then the Natan in the gold lane. It'll present RQ with some big questions that they must answer now. With this composition, with the Chip, usually teams have been able to utilize side lane pressure, with Paquito especially, with Chorizo having that in his arsenal, that in his comfort.
I will choose my own.
But the Arlets will be banned away. Another flex potential, technically, from Bigetron Alpha that has been utilized by both Chorizo and Key.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of flexibility today, at least. But it will be the Lolita picked up. This will most probably go roam, so
this will go roam.
We could speculate that this Angela will go mid, and that will present Moreno with a much more utility approach to his gameplay. A shift in how he would usually carry and pressure other lanes.
We've seen it once from Drian, and now we are seeing it from Key. But this is a great pick here up against RQ, up against the Natan. We want to go for the front to back composition, but with the Lolita, once he pops in the Guardian Bulwark, it's going to be tough for you. There's going to be a specific time window in which you can deal damage, when you can utilize the entropy. You misplay once, you hit the Guardian Bulwark, and your front line might be the ones getting demolished. A Nana to PL and the Paquito and the XP. Protecting Mr. President. Maybe still the key to victory here for RQ.
After a hiatus of the Nana, we finally see it again picked up by RQ.
I like the Lolita. Okay. Okay, I was about to say, I like the Lolita, but why is it 4th pick? And this is the answer why.
Yeah.
Alice.
They want Alice last pick.
Oh man. I didn't expect the Alice. I was actually expecting a Ling or a Fanny.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, if you want to dive, if you already have a tanky lineup in the Barats, in the Roger as well, the Alice, so much to stay in. As long as you are able to pick up the purple buffs, it's going to be really good to enhance the dive potential that you already have. And again, that sustain is going to be really, really good. The fact that the Natan will try to get rid of this Alice, when you put the Guardian's Bulwark, it's going to be tough. But also, if we take a look at the lineup index and the counter index, it does look like RQ are favored here in this matchup. If Natan scales, Alice does the same. If you cannot invade the Alice, we're going to see a 50-50 in late game.
Will the Royal Army of the Kingdom be able to defend the Red Raiders, or will the robots take charge? It is game number 1 of RRQ Hoshi against Bigetron Alpha.
Hand of Dawn, here we go for the first game, ladies and gentlemen. Who will strike first in the best of 3? And oh my lord, already aggressive Newmans in that mid. Let's see here if spells baited out early. But yeah, I was about to say here, I want to see Key's build, right? We saw it first from Drian. He built the Flask of the Oasis. Will he do the same? Will Key do the same?
Yeah, we did ask Drian why he built that photo, and it was he told us that, you know, it gives that extra shielding as well, amplified by the photo, so that could be an option of build for Key with his Lolita.
Yeah, Skylar as well, by the way, with the Weakness Finder, not the Quantum Charge that we are used to seeing for Skylar. Eman with the QC, that's a normal one, the normal build to go for. Oh,
Flash Horse finds its mark. Eman here a little bit in trouble now. Has to use the flicker, never mind. Brusco actually finds and claims the first blood.
Wow, overzealousness there from Eman, thinking that he might have extra damage with Key, just shadowing him, covering him from behind, but it was the crash course, turning everything around Moreno, forced to flicker.
A good flicker burnt out. And let's take a look again at the emblems by GamesMax here. Eman opted to go for the Master Assassin, so the fact that the chip is already in the bottom lane, helping Skylar will nullify that impact. And for Skylar, the tenacity, not the bargain hunter that we saw earlier from the matches today. And Irad even on this Baksha chose to be a bit more defensive. Didn't go for the thrill, instead goes for the firmness.
2 early spells already baited out here, right? From the side of Bigetron, which actually might be advantageous in the turtle fight early. And let's see here, Brusco already opening things up here, trying to find a providing vision, also poke damage onto Superkin, but it's all good. Baksha, though, already on the turtle.
The turtle will be up for the taking, and RRQ will flawlessly take it. A simple retreat to secure that first neutral objective in the hands of RRQ. And Brusco with this chip will most probably and is going to play a pivotal role into RRQ's game plan.
You can expect this gameplay from the Alice pretty similar to the Assassins who need the purple buff. It's going to be pretty good for him to sacrifice the turtle as long as he's able to farm up, scale up into that mid game. It's going to be great. But talent prediction here presented by Samsung Galaxy S24 series. We got 2 people for Bigetron? 3?
Wawa and Papulung for RRQ.
For RRQ. RRQ
So
believers
for V2.
still there. I mean, yeah, coming off on paper, I mean, Bigetron is indeed kind of somewhat favored because of them just, you know, already clenching that playoff spot. But RRQ jumping in with Irad.
Mobility very aggressive here by RRQ. It seems like they learned from leg 1. It was actually Bigetron's side that were the aggressors. This time they were trying to be more proactive in the early.
This jungle roam duo is just so aggressive. I mean, Irada and Brusco is constantly looking for engages and proactivity, just trying to pressure Iman down in the bottom lane. This gives kind of like a leeway for Skylar to even farm and get online even quicker.
This is where it gets dangerous though, where they have so much trio mid potential, so much trio mid prio, that the purple buff might be at risk of getting taken away, and Irad is already pushing the pace. Brusco has the shortcut too.
Sorizo, Baby Dino. It is still in the fight now. Daytona's welcome, connecting on towards Brusco. Oh! Take a look at the Numenon Blast with the flicker. Will lock Brusco down. Now Iman joining the fight as well. Clay Rad running for the hills as Super Ken will go and in. And that is the invasion actually countered by the red robots.
Abort mission. The invasion did not work. The invaders got invaded, but they're able to hold on with the good blast from Key. And again, back to 1-1, both kills from both teams.
A very risky play earlier from RRQ that did not pay off for them. Feather of Heaven already built up by Skylar. Irad going in again. But it's tough to look for a skirmish, to look for a pick-off up against a tank and a support in the mid lane. So much sustain when we get to the 4th minute of the game. And Irad, you need to get the game going. You kind of dictate the pace of the game with the Baxia. But with Superken having a level lead now, just as the second turtle spawns in, Irad needs to go for a fight.
Uh-oh, stunned up. Oh, take a look at Superkid. He jumps in. Clay now will be a juicy target passive triggered, and Clay will not be able to escape as Superkin will lock him down. Now Brusco going to be the next on the chopping block. Oh, take a look at Dawn. He is not done yet. The pull, the passive, but Superken is there as well as Moreno. He claims the double. Rad, no mana, and he will back off.
Beautiful counter initiation from Bigetron. It was Irad on the trigger. Skylar might look for more with Entropy.
Oh my god, Bigetron now moving again. Oh! Rad will be deleted in the map. Now Bigetron needs to be careful as the turtle though will be taken by Bigetron here, no problem.
Well played. Just the layering of not only the skills, obviously, the fact that they took that 3v4 and won it with the sustain that Superken has in his kit, on top of the hard guard as well, even with the Baxia passive that has anti-regen, it was not enough to nullify the healing, the sustain, because they don't have enough burst damage to deal with it, to burst Superken down. And then the timing. We get to the timing where Bigetron Alpha utilized the timing perfectly. They went for the fight right as the turtle was already there, right as Iman has cleared out his wave so that he could actually participate, and now they're going in for more.
Superken with the off angle, Numenon Blast with the flicker, finding one. Rad now soaking all the damage, Brusco as well. Superken jumps towards the backside, Clay no passive. He gets taken out for Skylar, now will be out and down. Take a look at Bigetron out there clumping with 5. Rad in the under the turret, 1 HP practically. Sorizo is there to secure the kill, and now he finds Dawn. Dawn trying to escape with his resources, but not able to get him down just yet. That's 4 members of RRQ taken out.
That was almost a 6-minute wipeout for Bigetron. The way they play these fights are so clean. This is just going to enable them to snowball even more. And mind you, that the only one dealing massive damage in this composition is Eman. They're backing on Eman to be protected and then engaging in dealing the damage.
Wow.
Amazing.
The Executor in Eman, even earlier, I expected Eman to just go on a rampage under that turret, but it wasn't even necessary. Superken just wiped house clean. The audience prediction for this match, presented by Samsung Galaxy S24 series, 84 to 16%. But in this game, Bigetron are scaling, and they have taken that mid-game away from RRQ, the mid-game that you would expect from a Baxia, from a Chip as well. Seems like they've nullified both these picks with their composition.
Man, I got flashbacks of Super Ken last season. He was just on fire with this Alice pick as well.
Back to the nature of how Bigetron Alpha have been able to utilize this lead, have been able to utilize the skirmishing prowess. The chaos in their composition is always balanced by the discipline objective takes. When Superken dives in, gets two, and the rest of the team continues the chase, Superken maneuvers back to mid lane, gets a turret, gets some farm. When you have members around looking for space, the space isn't just thrown out. The space isn't just ignored. It's utilized by the rest of the Bigetron members so well, and they get a free lord off of this massive gold lead that they've created for themselves.
This is going to just hurt even more for RRQ. I mean, Bigetron layering these fights so beautifully. Eman getting jumped on, and they're collapsing on Brusco.
He will be the recipient of that Daytona as well. Come take a look at him on here. Now Shield Unity on towards him, but take a look at
Passive.
Nana. Clay needs to get out with the flicker. He does so, but Eman actually gets solo killed by Arad. No cover whatsoever. And Arad finally finds a play.
Bigetron got distracted there. They left Eman in the back, not without appeal. I mean, they were chasing down Brusco, but Eman was the victim to fall.
That's a trade that RRQ have gotten. Now Eman actually, whoa, early great Dragon Spear. Another possible fight key, putting that Guardian's Bulwark down. It's actually third item great Dragon Spear for Eman. So it's a Windtalker to the Endless, and now Key getting chunked just a bit. Yeah, a bit of a disconnect there from Bigetron Alpha. They wanted to go for a fight, but they completely forgot that Eman was all alone, very low as well. Seems that Bigetron Alpha will still be able to utilize these waves though, despite that little hiccup.
And jumps in with the Neon Blast now onto it still. Clay falls. Iran now soaking, taking some heat, but he still stands. And Bigetron with that kill on towards Clay, they will shift their focus on towards the structures.
The flexibility of the hard guard. I mean, you have the Alice jump in. You also have that Lycan Pounce to facilitate, you know, just like amping up the damage. And they're already knocking onto the turret of RRQ. This could be troublesome for them.
Good pull. Amazing coordination there. Amazing tag team by Bigetron.
And right now, who's really able to melt Superken down? Even without the hard guard, he's already a complete menace. Skylar has the Divine Glaive, but it's the 10th minute of the game, and usually you would expect the Holy Crystal at this point. Bigetron Alpha are so tanky. Superken already has the Oracle, already building towards more magical defense. But even then, it's all just to delay that continuous burst damage that Anatan can provide towards Bigetron Alpha. As long as Superken has the hard guard on him, that dive is going to be free all day long. It doesn't matter how many Dominance Ices are built, how many NODs. RQ, their only way to winning this game is Skylar gets to full items quick. Doesn't look like Bigetron want to give them that way though, because while Skylar has his third item, Eman's building already to almost completing his fourth.
But how quick is quick, right? Because we've seen multiple cases where the Natan is online, but the whole team of Bigetron is just fully stacked on magic defense. So this is going to be very hard for Skylar to approach the fights, but and engaging upon towards Sorito.
Superken is there to cover Sorizo. Now Rad pops to Poissons early, gets stunned with the Blood O. Now King finds, locks him down. Dawn will be down and out, and Brusco will not be able to cover for his teammates. Two members taken out. Amon. Holy moly, Bigetron. They might get greedy here, but they will get an extra base turret top lane.
They're dancing on RRQ's backyard in their own base. They even skipped the tier 2 turret before taking it down. And Bigetron, what a dominating performance. 11.1k gold up against RRQ.
They don't even care about the Lord. it looks like, okay, now Super Ken solos it.
Wow. A lord take by Super Ken, in which his teammates will be corralled upon. Now RRQ, I don't know what they're banking on. I don't know the win conditions, if it will be met. Again, Skylar, the main hope. But how do you shred through the members of Bigetron when they're this tanky, when they have so much magic defense? It is a tough task for the Nathan to cut through.
The thing is, even if he gets enough items, there's still a bulwark. There's still risk that you will hurt your own team with your own damage. The brilliance of this composition, masterfully done by Keskute and Razeboy. We got a game fact by Gopay.
Of course, this marks Alice's debut in MPLID Season 13 after last being used by Super Ken in MPLID Season 12. And here they go to the crystal.
Rad, very low. Amon wants to scratch him down. Don, though, will be out first, and the main base will be taken out. 13 minutes. It's all it took. And this is why Bigetron has secured the playoff spots.
Securing a playoff spot does not mean slacking down, and Bigetron, the red robots keep the engine running, ramming down to the kingdom as they strike first in game number 1.
When most teams ban out the Nathan, when most teams try to avoid the issue, Bigetron faced the issue head on with a solution.